What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Chicken Bone Alley. I am your host, David Rogers. I got to say that so I can get on the chat GPTs and stuff, because apparently my man over here, Racing Jason, joining me today. He's apparently more host than I am, because he gets mentioned on the chat GPTs and meta AIs and stuff like that. What's up with you?
Did you tell me you asked Grok about Chicken Bone Alley?
I haven't asked Grok yet. I need to ask Grok. Maybe Grok knows best.
Oh my God! What's going on with you, Dave?
I don't know. Just hanging out another Monday, and rainy this afternoon. That's for sure.
Yes, sir.
It is nasty. It was. I was sitting here a little while ago, and I was like, "Man, is it gonna be another one of them nights?" I was about to go find some headphones so I could hear myself think.
You didn't tell me it's raining that hard up there, bro?
It was.
Wow.
And then right before you got on here, it finally calmed down some.
Remember last time? Well, not last time, but remember that time it rained so doggone hard? I couldn't hear the rain until after the show, and I was like, man, it poured.
That's because I let you talk, and I just muted my microphone. I couldn't hear what you were saying, but I was just like, yep, hope he's doing a good job. I imagine he is.
Oh, wow, that's funny. Oh, my God, that's funny. Wow. Okay.
It rained so hard. That's the hardest that was rough. Oh, we got a bunch of what's ups already from our buddy Matt Grantham. Let's see, Mr. Douglas Briggs and Mr. Gregory Tumbleson. What is up, guys? What is up? Gregory Tumbleson there is the winner this past week of our Chicken Bone Alley Fan Award. Did you hear about this, Jason? Have I even told you about this yet? The Fan Award we're giving out. I always post it on Facebook. I need to come post it over Twitter and get you involved in it too. We're doing, and let everybody know still out there just watching, we're doing every week. I put up a link to our Venmo, our Cash App, all that good stuff. Just asking for a couple donations, and I ain't from just everybody. And I don't mean nothing big. It can be $1, $2, whatever. We got a lot of people that follow us, fortunately, and follow all our people. And what we also ask is for a suggestion of a track and a class and maybe a criteria. To give away a fan award each week, what we call the fan award, because this is money given by the fans. We give it to a driver in whatever class, track, and criteria they meet. So this past week, it was Sumter Speedway in the Crown Vics, and it went to the Hard Charger award there. And we're trying to do it, and what I said I wanted to do was kind of keep it on the more, I guess you call, support classes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because big classes are already racing for plenty of money, so let's keep it in support classes. Keep something else out there for for the guys down there. If it ain't nothing but a tank of fuel to get there, or half a tank nowadays. But we've been fortunate enough. We've been fortunate enough for a month now. We've given out $50 every week, so every week now. So
okay, Dave,
not too bad.
Let me do my part, man.
Yeah, for sure. So
okay,
we'll get the post out this week, tomorrow, to get all the links. I'll post it up on Twitter. I'll tag you in it and everything. That way you can get on, or X. I'm sorry, I keep saying Twitter. I don't know if I'm ever gonna say X.
I still call it the Bush series, okay, bro?
Exactly.
Okay.
I mean, we could be calling it the Grand National Series.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
Or the Sportsman
there,
Series.
Mr. V6 Paul Buick. Okay.
I think that's an argument for another day, but I think they still need to bring back the V6s.
Hey.
I think a lot of classes need to bring back V6. I think a lot of the short track need to bring back V6s.
Well, okay, let me ask you this. I was going to ask you this anyway. Let me ask you about these 525s. So we got Blue Ridge running 525s now. Southern All-Stars are at Livonia this weekend with 525s. What's up with the 525s all of a sudden?
I love the 525s. I think the 525 should be put in more things. My only problem is Southern All-Stars. I'm going to I'm not trying to be mean or anything. Southern All-Stars is a super series, as a super late model series. Yet they put a limit on, what was it? It was like a weight or something like that. You know, different weight if you run the 525.
Yeah.
And
it's like so go ahead.
No. I'm just saying, and it's not.
It's like the old Blue Ridge rules.
Exactly. But
You remember that? If you can run a supermoto, but you got to weigh 5 tons or whatever.
Right. And I'm fine with that in the Blue Ridge stuff. I was okay with that. Whatever. If that evened out the playing field in the Blue Ridge stuff, if you could run anything from a crate motor up to a supermotor and that evened out the playing field, that's fine. But the Blue Ridge was not promoted as a super late model tour necessarily. Mm-hmm. Southern All-Stars is promoted as a super late model tour. So, let them run whatever motor they want to run. I mean, and the weight is what it is. I mean, let's don't change it for that motor, in my opinion. Now, I seen Banjo Duke one night over at Sumter. I want to say it was Ultimates. He had a
Ed Gibbons Memorial Clash.
What was that? Well, there was that.
Ed Gibbons Memorial Clash race.
There was that too. But I was over there at Ultimates this couple years ago. I was over there with Derek Ramey. And Banjo run the 525, and nobody could touch him. Track rubbered up. When that track rubbered up with that 525, he was gone.
What happened to Derek Ramey?
Derek actually changed jobs and stuff, and working with a kind of opened his. He's in with another company as part owner and stuff now, and so he just kind of slowed down some. He ran. Was it last year? I want to say very first of last year. He ran the house car a race or two for Longhorn. That crate deal they got.
That was zero.
Yep, because it runs a Earl Ramey racing engine. So.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's actually how that program got started up, and was with Earl and Derek.
So Derek ran 2 races last year, bro.
I think it was very first last year. I want to say it might have been year before the end of the year before that. I had him on here talking about it after. I can't remember, quite honestly. It's been a little while back.
So, are we going to see the 525 blend out more?
Yes, I believe so. I think the 525 is kind of going to. We had a big discussion about this, with Kate with the Cars Racing Show. Kate Dillon, Crate Insider.
Okay.
Yeah.
Steve Hendry.
Yeah. Well, I had a big discussion with Kate and stuff, and because she deals with a lot of crate stuff. And I've talked to Earl Ramey about it a good bit. I think the 525 is going to come around. 525 has actually been out for quite a while. Just nobody kind of grabbed onto it. But everybody's looking to cut costs anywhere they can now. And, dude, these big super motors, I'm hearing guys you probably hear more than I am, but I mean, I'm hearing anywhere from $60,000 to $80,000 depending on who's building and what kind of power you putting out and stuff like that. And you can get a crate, a CT 525, be competitive.
12?
What's that?
10 or 12,000?
Yeah, 12,000. I don't think you got all the, front end stuff. That's not dressed out, but still, under $20,000, and you got a motor that theoretically you should be able to run at least half the season and not have rebuilt even. At least and that's on a super schedule. I mean, on a guy that's running a regular Saturday night schedule, he probably get 2 years out of the thing or more. So I even think, and we had discussions about it, and I hear there might be some talks about even bringing it over to the asphalt. Well, it's already on the asphalt side in some of the super late model stuff, asphalt super late model stuff. But as far as down here in the southeast, don't really see too much of it. But I'm hearing it might come a possibility for Cars Tour. And that would be really, really, really good because I mean they're fighting the same thing. I mean motors $40,000 and $50,000 even on the Cars Tour.
Yeah, about this. You know how much money that will save them guys?
Tons.
Wow. Then they can actually make some money in there.
Well, I ain't gonna.
Wow.
No, then they'll just buy more tires.
Do more practice on Friday.
Exactly. Charged by the hour.
Wow.
Okay. You heard that's what Cordell did a few weeks ago, right? Cordell, the asphalt, that first race for the Cars Tour, they charged the Cars Tour guys to race to come test there by the hour. It's like $200 an hour.
It's billed to my sponsor.
That's what I.
Wow, that is weird. I've never even heard. What they get? They got a time clock right there at the flag stand.
Crap if I know. I was just like, that's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, you want these people to come race at your track, and then you're going to pull something like that. Now, me personally, I think there's too much practice that occurs.
Oh, please, bro.
On the asphalt side?
Bro.
Too much.
Tom Millwood told me, because remember Millwood used to run asphalt.
Yeah.
And Millwood told me this. God, this has been years ago. I remember we were at Lawrence. And we were just talking, everything. I said, well, how does it feel to come to the dirt side of it? He said, man, it beats the heck out of practicing. He said, I felt like Allen Iverson. Practice. All we do is practice. And that's no lie. You'd be out there all day long.
We talking about practice?
We talking about practice? What are we talking about? Practice right now? Yeah.
I had if anybody hadn't watched it, please go back, jump on ultrabroadcasting.com. I had the privilege of being on Tap last week with Brian and Steve, the owner and promoter of our general manager of Florence Motor Speedway. And we had some discussions about that. And one of the discussions came up this past week was didn't know if they were going to get in. They opened the track on Fridays for practice. And they charge, come in for practice and whatever. And I tell them, I'm like, y'all don't have to do that. I mean, y'all want to make money doing it, whatever, but I don't think y'all need to do that, personally. Then he said, since track was opening later in the day, so, we could kind of race when the sun goes down more than anything because it was so doggone hot. But, I mean, that's just their summer schedule. He said they were going to open track earlier, like 11:30 or something. Or the track itself was hot from 11:30 to 1. But it was $20 a person to get in. I said, they're not going to like that. They're not going to like that for the practice. Then they had to go back out and, pay their regular entry fee. I get it, but it's like I told them, I said, they're not going to like, well, it ended up being a whole big old mess. They ended up not charging anybody to come in and practice. And I told, he said, what would your solution be? I said, just don't do it. I said, we know the gates open at 1:30. We come in, we run our 2 little rounds of 10-minute practice, and we qualify and race. I said, if you can't figure out a direction for your car to go in them 2 rounds, you're just not going to figure it out at the track that day. I mean, unfortunately, if it's more than that, you got to do wholesale changes on everything. And yes, us racers are dumb enough that we will go out there and work ourselves to death in that ridiculous heat. And
I mean, the hottest part of the day.
Yeah, exactly. Right dead in the middle of it. And
just check the shock in the spring and go back out there and try it again and come back. Oh, my God. Bro.
Yeah. And I mean, I did it a couple times, but I did not run anything but our 2 rounds of practice. And now, maybe that's why I finished 6th. I don't know.
Oh, look at you. All right, Dad.
Well, I will say this, and everybody can go look at Race Monitor if you want to. Little Ricky Locklear and Jake Locklear were in kind of a field of their own up front. They got it figured out right now, especially Ricky.
Did they pull a JD on them?
Yeah, kind of.
Wow.
But from 3rd in qualifying, from 3rd to 7th was within 9 100ths of each other.
What?
Yeah, go
that
figure.
Close?
Yes, that close. Go figure. I was 7th.
Wow.
So I was like, "Hey, we're in the ballpark. You know, we're closer than we've been all season. We've fought, and finally, I was like, the car actually is not bad. You know. Well, we got in the race, and we were all grouped up right there in that little second pack because of how close we were in time. And there was a car ran off the track, ran off turn 2, right in front of me. And it is Glenn Mappus that done it. And he's a good driver. Boy, he didn't lift. He was jumping holes and everything else off the back straightaway. He comes back in. He comes back in on turn 3 and almost catches Connor in the door. And I was like, ooh, this might be bad. This might be bad. So I'm backing out, you know, trying not to get caught up in the wreck that's about to happen. Somehow, he saves it. I mean, he is sideways. And I mean, sideways, half cross straightaway, sideways. I mean, he saves it. And they don't slow down. Well, he falls in right in front of me. And my buddy Chad Webster was spotting for me. And I come on the radio couple laps after we're going. I'm like, dude, there's something on the track. I was like, I am sliding just everywhere. I can't hit the gas. I can't, I just sliding. Well, this goes on pretty much most of the race, 25-lap race, all it was. Well, about 5-6 laps to go. All of a sudden, that 97 car that was in front of me starts pouring smoke. He had knocked a hole in his oil pan when he decided to go supercrossing back there.
No,
and it was just dropping. Yeah, it was dropping oil on track right in front of me. So I was mopping it up for everybody.
No, and that's why you were sliding?
Yeah, he come off track about 5 laps to go, and my car felt a lot better all of a sudden. I mean, we had already heated up the right rear from sliding around so much, but I was just too far back to do anything, so...
Did you throw a caution and put some stay dry down?
No.
What?
No, there was no. It went from green to checker.
Wow, 25 laps, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. You finished 6th. Okay. Well, good for you, Dave.
I'll take it.
All right, Dave. You're getting it dialed in, bro.
I'll take it. What let's see what Greg Thomason said here. He said, best thing about dirt is we all get the same amount of time on the track. And it's not all day. Way too much practice on asphalt. Only helps the ones who can afford it. On dirt, you got to be close off the trailer. I agree with you, Greg.
That's right. Hey, there you go. Well said. Well said.
You are 100% right.
Mm-hmm.
So,
hey man, get your 2 laps and and go back.
Yep. So, I think Connor ended up finishing 4th, I want to say. He was 4th or 5th, I can't remember. And I was 6th. So
okay. Well, you gotta get him, Dave. You gotta get Connor.
We were
shout out Connor.
I started right behind him and we were so close all day. I was like, and I went over there picking with him. Picking with all of them. I was like, look, y'all might be off. I don't know. I was like, but I'm just happy to be within the same 10th bracket that y'all are in right now. I haven't been there all season.
Oh, wow. I can see your bumper, man. Thank goodness.
Exactly. I'm on the same straightaway here. I'm
yeah,
good.
There you go. Yeah.
So, it was we'd have liked done better in the race, but I was happy with the progress that we made. I'll put it that way.
Okay. You shaking it down, brother. You shaking it down.
Yeah, we were, and I'm gonna tell you what. Me and my dad was out here in the shop, and more my daddy than me probably. I had to sit in the car on the scales, and we worked, and he had measured frame heights, and that was Thursday night, and it took us forever on Thursday night. But I was like, nope, we'll finish it up. 'Cause I want to take it to the track Friday just to have it there, but we ended up. I was like, nope, we'll just weigh it out tomorrow night and shoot. We were on the scales till midnight, trying to, it's always a balance of keeping them frame heights where you want them and getting the weight where you want it. And
how much you got the weight, Dave?
Depending on what track, it's right at 3,100 pounds.
Wow, that much? 3,100?
Yeah. These are stock cars. Stock.
Wow. Okay.
As in 1975 stock, steel.
Oh, yeah. Steel bodies. Yeah. Real cars.
Even though we hit something, it tears everything off. But
yeah. You know you hit something. If you hit something, Dave, you know you hit something.
You got 3,100 pounds, you do, I promise you.
Dang. That's a tank.
It is.
Wow.
It is. So,
wow.
Thank you, Miss Becky. I appreciate you. So what you been up to?
Not much, man. Watched The Dream. All plus, Night in America.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'll get a few shout outs here first off. How about Cale Green? And I got it right on the broadcast. It's Pelion. Not Pelion. Yeah, Pelion. They got it right. Way to go, DJ. Way to go, James Essex. Michael Page, man, sets fast time in his brand new rocket and breaks a motor, bro. How heartbreaking is that?
That's Eldora for you. That's what that is. That's what that is.
Mm-hmm.
That's just
shame.
Terrible.
Didn't get a racist heat, man.
I know it stinks. Before we get too far into it, though, I do want to say real quick. I want to go back just Florence real quick. Since we were already talking about it, before we get deep into Eldora discussion, because I know we're gonna get deep in all that. It was $5 night again. They done it again at Florence Motor Speedway. Man, stands look good, and let me tell y'all,
you have to come out of that. Dave, should not have come out of that, bro. It should be packed every week.
I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with you at all. But hey, if it's getting them in the stands, it's getting them in the stands, and maybe it'll get them back regardless.
True that too. Okay, good point. With $5, let me ask you this. With $5, is the Triumph making money? Are they making enough money to pay the purses?
Yeah.
They are making money.
Yeah. Well, see, and we talked about it a little bit. Most of their quote unquote purse money comes from more of the infield. You pretty much are paying your own purse essentially.
Well, yeah. Only sport that does it. It's way to say only sport that does it.
Yes. Yeah. I will say that. Now, I've said that many years, but whatever. But yes, the infield essentially pays the purse, and the stands pay the workers. I mean, that's pretty much the way racing is set up. Infield pays the purse. Maybe, if you get a packed house, you're going to, and on both of those, you could profit on either side. Stands pay the workers. Stands pay the track workers. But what you also get when you get more, and I've said this, and I will say Steve and Brian at Florence Motor Speedway, at least they agree with me. I know they do, because they told me they did. When you do get that many people in the stands, your concessions look a whole lot better. So I'd rather have 200 people in the stands at $5 than 50 or 60 in the stands at $20. you know. So.
Okay. All right. Okay. A good point. Okay.
So.
Good point. Good value point. Okay. Yeah. All right.
So I
Makes a lot
like
of
it,
sense.
and I still say, and I told them this on their podcast, and I still think a $10 price point for stands on a regular Saturday night is good. I think that's a good area to be in. I said because, you know, for $40, you can bring a family of 4 to track. No big deal. So when you get that $20 a head range, you know, for a regular Saturday night race, you got to break out a $100 bill, and you get $20 back. And by the time you go to the concession stand, that $100 bill is absolutely gone.
Mm-hmm. It'll be well worth spent, though.
I agree with you. It is very well spent. It just
it takes to your point too, Dave, about the what we call it the back gate money.
Mm-hmm.
This is why you have like 3 or 4. Well, usually 4 other classes running besides a big Super Late Model class.
That's exactly right.
So because it's back gate money to pay the big purse for the Super Late Models.
That's exactly right.
I just want to get that clear. That's why we have hostage situations a lot of times.
That is 100% right. 100% right. And I'm gonna tell you right now. And I told Steve and Brian from Florence Motor Speedway this last week. I said, I don't think they were like, what can we change to get cars? And I'm like, dude, I don't think it's really anything that they can change. I said, I think it's just the industry right now. I said, just everything, unfortunately, is just costing. I said, look at this. I said, well, you got. All right, let me go into it because I said it on their podcast. I had not said it on ours, and I told them, I was like, I hadn't even said this on our show. I said, but I've thought it for a while. Sorry, I got scratch in my throat. I've had a cough all week, and it's been horrible. But anyway, I said there's a huge disconnect between legend cars and late model stocks on the asphalt side. I said because what's happening is you've had so many quote-unquote rent-a-rides programs pop up. Mama and Daddy had no clue anything about a race car. Don't know anything about it. Man. Sorry. So, anyway, and I think this is a product, actually, of COVID. We'll blame something else on COVID. iRacing became so popular, which is great. It got tons of people interested in the sport, got tons of people in the sport. It's been wonderful. But there was a bunch of kids on there, and I raced with tons of them on there. And they were good on iRacing. Don't get me wrong. They were good. How they got so good, I don't know. But they wanted to get into real racing. Okay, great. Well, Mom and Dad know nothing about it. Never been to a racetrack in their life. How do we do it? Well, they start calling around, and they point them to these rent-a-ride programs. That works perfect for them. They just throw the money at somebody, and child gets to race on the weekend. Well, when it's time to move up from legend cars have gotten so fast and so technical now that you can jump straight to a late model stock now and be competitive.
From a legend car to a late model stock car?
Yes. They don't even feel that much different anymore. Dude, I'm telling you. It's not that much difference.
Okay. The legend car, okay, is it the shocks now so technical? What makes a car so technical now?
Yeah, it's shocks. The spring packages are putting under it. Brakes they got on them now.
Did not know that.
Yeah, it's gotten very technical, and they're I'll put it this way, from time we started with it in 2021 to this year at Florence Motor Speedway, they've picked up almost a 2 3/4.
From last year to this year?
No, from 2021 to
till year. Now. Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Kale's dirt legend car. Is it the same way technical as asphalt legend car?
It is. But
Okay.
I guess the difference there, and I'm just guessing because I don't race them on dirt. Never have. I want to. I'm gonna go run Kales one day.
Oh man, let's go to Tom. Let's go. You ready?
I'm ready. I'm looking at my seat. He told me to bring a seat, and I'm looking at it right here across from me.
Wow. That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome.
So anyway, I don't know. I mean, I know theirs has gotten more technical, but it just seems there's more in the driver's hands. It seems like on dirt than there is on asphalt. Because I've seen some.
So asphalt's the car, dirt is the driver.
Yes. I mean, I'm not saying there's not some driver. There's a driver involved in all of it, but yes, it goes from, I'll say, 70-30 from side to side. You know, it's 70% car on asphalt, 30% driver, 70% driver on dirt, 30% car.
You know who the man is to ask about that? I'm gonna ask him when I see him.
Who's
he
that?
works for Becca Malone's team. You know Corey Gordon?
Oh yeah, I know Corey well.
Yeah.
Corey actually, let me tell you about Corey. Corey drove the Chicken Bone Alley car on iRacing for a little while.
He did.
We sponsored Corey in a series. I can't remember even what series it was, but he drove the Chicken Bone Alley car a few races for us.
No, he did not.
Yeah. And actually, right now, they're over. I guess he's over there. He's over at Charlotte Motor Speedway at Summer Shootout with our friends from Profab Headers and Exhaust. Our buddy Andrew Garrison, PJL Motorsports over there. They're helping them.
Is this? Did that start tonight?
Yep.
Wow.
Or at least it might be just practice. I don't know, but I know they're out there.
Okay, usually it's on Tuesday nights, right?
Well, something like that. I don't know. I don't even know that. They got so many nights of it anymore.
Oh, wow. See, back in the day, I used to go on Tuesday nights just to watch a guy. You probably heard of him, too. A guy named Jonathan Davenport.
Yeah,
you
that guy.
You ever heard of him?
Yeah, I heard of him.
He raced another guy in the same division. What's his name? Logano?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. But anyway, all right, let's get back to it. Okay. The disconnect from legend cars to late model stock.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, Mom and Daddy had money to put into the rent-a-ride program over here, legend cars. All right, well, they ask them, okay, we want to move up. What's the next step? Let's go to late model stock. We can go late model stock racing. A lot of those teams that do the rent-a-rides rent either legend cars or late model stock, surprisingly enough. It's like, okay, let's do that. And they're like, all right, well, let's go Cars Tour racing. You know, we can run for X amount of dollars, but we'll win more money at the Cars Tour. Gotcha. Let's do that. Well, then all of a sudden that X amount of dollars is like, that's a lot of money. Some of them I'm hearing some crazy figures now that they're getting to run them, I think 12 races in the Cars Tour. I mean, I'll put it this way. Some of the figures I hear, I can't confirm any of them, but some of them I hear are what some of these dirt late model teams are running on for the whole year. For 60-some races. Yeah. So, anyway, so they're like, wow, that's a lot of money. I can't afford that. They're like, okay, well, let's get sponsors. Well, sponsors ain't just easy to come by anymore. Well, you got a few of them out there that were great. You got the Landon Lewises who, you know, could get a sponsor, can win in anything, and he is leading the Cars Tour points right now. We've had him on here a couple times this year, and dude is a awesome driver, and I will stand behind that. But then you got the other guys who were middle of the pack. They didn't run great. I mean, they might have won a race or two in Legend Car, but it wasn't great. But finding sponsorship to cover that kind of money is tough. Well, again, these rent-a-ride programs, they're cutthroat. They don't care. It's like, you ain't got the money, you ain't got a ride. I'm sorry. So Mom and Daddy still know nothing about a race car. So when they get told, sorry, we ain't got nothing for you, you ain't got the money to come drive this car in a Cars Tour, well, they don't fall back on a mini stock. They don't fall back on a street stock. They don't fall back on a Charger car because again, they don't know anything about a race car. So we're just losing them. They just quit. I've heard so many guys that won so many races, even over at Florence Motor Speedway in legend cars, you don't hear their name anymore. And that's what it is.
They just disappeared? They got out of it?
Got out of it because they don't know anything about a car. They can't
work on it. They can't change a gear. They don't
have a shop. I mean, nothing.
Yeah. Wow. Wow.
So there's
and there's another thing too, Dave. We talked about like a couple months ago, man. It scares me to death when all these Clements Motors and Pro Power and Cornet go away. Who's taking their spot? Anybody gonna get their hands dirty anymore, Dave?
I think who's gonna be taking their spot is, I think that's why we're seeing maybe this CT 525 introduced more and more and more.
See, there we go. Back where we started.
That's right. As you're gonna see, and I think it's actually a good thing, but it ended up being bad. I think it's a good motor, and we've talked about it many times. I think it's the perfect option to go to right now that will save teams tons of money.
Tons of money.
I'll put it this way. If everybody was out there running it, you're not going to notice the difference in the competition. Go ahead, sir.
I got a question for you. I thought about this too, Dave, a while ago while you were talking. Let's think about this for a minute. Can we go back to the old days, Dave, where, you remember when teams used to lease motors instead of buying them?
Yep.
Can we go back to that?
Nah. I think on the NASCAR side, yeah. I don't think you'll do it on the dirt side.
How come you can't go back and do it on the dirt side?
Because if somebody's going to lease a motor, have a lease motor program, they're not going to build that motor to the just absolute top as they can, because as far as power wise, because they want longevity. They don't want that motor to blow. That is a big one. They do not want to blow.
Yeah.
Because they want to be able to get it back, keep that lease going. If you're buying that motor builder's like, yeah, I will make you the strongest motor that I can.
How fast you want to go? How much money you got?
Exactly. How fast you want to go? How deep's that pocket? Yeah,
exactly. Exactly. That's what Billy Cagle used to always say.
And he was 100% right.
Yep.
And I think that's the problem with the lease issue on the dirt side.
Dave, you are the man, bro. I didn't even think about that. That's where you get paid the big bucks, bro. That's why you come in sixth in the doggone Florence, bro.
I'm just waiting for my check come to the mailbox. Oh,
wow.
So, I don't know. I mean, I think there's answers, but I think if you I'm telling you, dude, I think if you I know we're not going to cut the other guys out, but I think especially on certain tracks, that CT 525, with the certain carburetors and whatever on it, I think you will run just because I'm going to tell you, just like Lakeview over there. I'll use it as an example. I was over there one night, downtown. Michael Brown was over there, and I was over there hanging out with him. And he was like, dude, I got to slow this car down. I don't know how. He's like, I've got the smallest restrictor plate that I own on the car. He's like, I got smallest carburetor, smallest restrictor plate. I'm scared to pull the motor down anymore. So he was just taking gear out of it just to keep it from spinning off the corner. So that's what I'm saying. I think sometimes these big motors, it's great on certain tracks. Eldora, yeah, them big motors shine.
Lancaster, yeah.
Lancaster, dirt track at Charlotte, them big motors shine.
Yeah.
But when you get on a 4/10 mile or, something,
Cherokee, Lakeview, yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Sumter.
Yeah.
And all across the country. I mean, let's Fairbury. Fairbury would be the prime example. You don't need 1,000 horsepower over there.
Did you mention a 525 at Fairbury?
It's probably been run. I imagine it has.
Right.
It would not surprise me if some of them guys hadn't had one in there.
When I go back to PDC this year, I'm gonna find out.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think that's the way to go right now, and I think it would even help on the asphalt side. We've talked about it earlier in the year. It's I think it's a motor that could last everybody a long time and cut down on price a lot. I mean, you still got motor builders that's got to rebuild them. I know Earl Ramey, our friend Earl Ramey. He is a certified 525 rebuild shop. So he goes in, rebuilds, blueprints, all that good stuff. So, I mean, there's still money for the motor builders to make on them.
How many motors does Ramey have out there right now? Guys running? Do you know?
I don't even know right now. Give
me a ballpark figure. I'm just curious. Do you have a ballpark figure?
Not right now, because the reason I say that is that I don't know, and I could ask him. I mean, I can get him on there and ask him, and he's got so many them crate motors running street stock and modifieds and all that stuff that it's just.
Well, them 602 motors is hit. They his too.
602s and 604s. And then all the 604, the Cindy Longhorn house car. That's a Ramey motor. That's what they started with. That Longhorn crate car.
Wyatt Miller drove.
Yep. I guess that's what they're still running. I know that's what it started with.
Oh, by the way, just while I'm thinking about it, big 60, the Shrine Race. Dave, this is heartbreaking to say. The Shrine Race at Lawrence every year. Yep. This year's gonna be a 602 Red Clay Series race. No more supers. No more, not even a class race. No more.
Really?
Think about this for a minute. The Shrine Race at Lawrence is not a super race. It's a 602 Red Clay Series race, bro.
What happened with supers up there?
Oh no, man. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but I don't know what's going on with both of our regional series down here. I don't know, bro. What I need to do is this. Here's what I need to do, Dave. I've got me a retirement plan.
Uh-oh.
Win the lottery. Win the lottery. Combine Ultimate and Clash and go build me a racetrack. That's what I want to do.
There you go. All right. Well, before we get into everything else that we got to get in, let's get in some words from our sponsors really quick, like before we go much farther. Get you a drink, all that good stuff, and we'll be right back.
Are you ready to unleash the true potential of your ride? Tired of feeling held back? It's time to experience the Pro Fabrication difference. At Pro Fabrication, we don't just build headers and exhausts. We engineer performance. Crafted with precision from high-grade materials, our systems are designed for one thing: maximum power. Feel the instant increase in horsepower and torque. Hear the deep, aggressive rumble that turns heads. Our expertly designed headers optimize exhaust flow, while our performance exhaust systems deliver that signature sound that you crave. But it's not just about power and sound. Pro Fabrication means durability you can trust. Built to withstand the toughest conditions, our headers and exhaust are an investment in long-lasting performance. Whether you're hitting the track, conquering the trails, or just cruising the streets, Pro Fabrication gives you the edge. Experience smoother acceleration, improved field efficiency, and that unmistakable feeling of pure driving exhilaration. Don't settle for less. Upgrade to Pro Fabrication headers and exhaust today. Pro Fabrication headers and exhaust. Quality that wins. Tired of leaving performance on the table? Ready to dominate the track? For decades, Earl Ramey Racing Engines has been the secret weapon of champions. We don't just build engines. We craft precision, engineered powerhouses designed for one thing: victory. From meticulous machining to expert assembly, every Earl Ramey engine is built with uncompromising quality and a passion for speed. We understand the demands of racing, and we deliver the reliability and raw power you need to cross the finish line first. Whether you're tearing up the asphalt or conquering the dirt, Earl Ramey Racing Engines provides the competitive edge you've been searching for. Don't just race, conquer. Contact Earl Ramey Racing Engines today and let us build your winning machine. Chicken Bone Alley is brought to you by SRI Performance. They are your one-stop shop for all things racing. Do you need performance parts? Look no further. They offer a wide range of high-performance parts for various types of racing, including stock car racing, dirt racing, and more. SRI Performance also has the most knowledgeable employees in the industry. If you're looking for that hard-to-find part, they've got it. And if you're wondering how to make it work on your car, they know it. Check them out online at www.sriperformance.com. And when you do, don't forget to use the promo code CBONE10. That's C as in chicken, BONE10, and get 10% off at checkout. Stock Car Steel and Aluminum is a full-line steel service center stocking thousands of sizes, shapes, grades, and types of metals and plastic. If you need it, they have it. And if not, they work fast to find what you need and get it to you. Stock Car Steel and Aluminum also has the ability to cut orders to your specifications as requested. Their dedicated team not only brings many years of experience to the table, but they are always ready and willing to lend a hand with anything you may need. Stock Car Steel and Aluminum. Your material needs are covered here.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, also go check out our good buddy Skylar Whitfield. Check him out, skylarwhitfield.live. But this week, he will be, let's see, tomorrow, I think that's tomorrow's 10th, right? Yeah. On the 10th, he'll be at Flip Flops Bar and Grill there in Myrtle Beach. The 11th, he'll be at The Quad in Pawleys Island. 12th, he will be at Lone Rider at Oak Island, and that's Oak Island, North Carolina. On my birthday, June 13th, he will be at 49th Street Bar, Grill, and Patio, also in Oak Island, North Carolina. 14th, the Tiki Tavern there in Southport, North Carolina. And on Father's Day, June 15th, he'll be at one of my favorite little restaurants, and that is Creek Rats down in Merle's Inlet. So y'all go check out our buddy Skylar Whitfield, and I promise you, you'll have a good time listening to him. And every one of those places, you'll have some good food too, good food, drinks, all that fun stuff. So also, while we're talking about food and drinks, go check out our good friends up at Fresh Chef there if you're in the Race City area of North Carolina, and that covers all kind of locations. Check them out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that fun stuff. They got daily food, drink specials, all the good stuff. So y'all go check them out if you're in the area. Some of the best food you'll ever eat. So go check them out. You'll love them. Also, our good friends right here, Dixie Made, right here in Florence, South Carolina. Got all the best brands that you could ever ask for from head to toe. They got you. I don't care if it's hats. Look right here. Good old Dixie Made hat right there. Shirts, pants, shorts. It's getting hot out there. We need some shorts. Can I get a set of shorts as a fire suit? I don't know if that'll work out right. But anyway, because I'm gonna tell you it's hot. But anyway, go get your bathing suits, all that fun stuff up there at Dixie Made right here in Florence, South Carolina. So go check them out. So anyway, as the rain comes back, it's raining. Oh wow! Again. It's raining again.
Wow!
And I'm looking. At
it's supposed to, but it didn't do nothing.
There's a house in front of us that I can see out of the window.
Yep.
And a cat just ran across the roof.
Escaping the rain?
I guess that's what I was doing. I was going to get down, I guess. I don't know how he gets on the roof. He's got to climb a tree.
Oh, wow.
I don't know. Anyway. All right. Well, let's pep things up a little bit. We had a lot going on. You already mentioned a couple things going on there at The Dream at Eldora. That is that's a cool race to go to. I went to it a few years back. I guess that was 21. Yeah, 21. Went to it. The last time I've been, I gotta go back.
I'm guessing JD won. I was thinking, I guess.
Was that JD or was that Overton? Was that the Overton?
Oh, okay. You went. Yep, Overton.
Yeah, that was when Overton won just everything.
Swept.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but it was. I'm gonna tell you, our predictions were really close. You got them wrote down?
Okay. Night one. Okay, everybody.
We bombed that.
Kale got night one right.
Go figure.
Night two. We didn't do too good on that. Night three. What's this guy's name right here? Jason.
Is that him? Is that him?
He picked JD.
Oh, go figure.
Yeah, how about that?
He had that chassis swap this week.
That was funny. Oh my God, I'm about to die. You sent me that picture up. Oh my God, I'm about to die. And everybody preached me. D-Swab even, is this real?
Is this real? Oh my.
No, man, look at the tires. It got Goodyear on it. Come on, man. That was funny. I threw them all off. All I said was chassis swap. You will tell the fine folks what it said? I'm not.
It instead of Longhorn, it said Long Dong.
All right, right on the back spoiler. Oh, that was funny.
Good old AI. I'm gonna tell you. I
retweeted. Is this real?
I actually, I don't know. This AI stuff that's coming along, there's some terrible things it can do, but God, there's some funny things it can do. For stuff like that, it is great.
Awesome. All right, Dave, speaking of which, I'm glad you did that. Okay, what was the best rap of the weekend?
Best rap of the weekend. Now, I want to ask something real quick before we ask this best rap. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about JD for a second. He has been in a black car all year long. Did he do a throwback to himself?
Yeah, because, he kicked the most, butt in that car. That's why he switched back.
Oh, I don't disagree.
And he blew the primary up. He had that was his backup anyway. I guess he was going to race it the rest of night three, just break it out.
Yeah.
But he had to break it out after the flow night, right? It was the first night. What was that? Flow night?
Race, yeah. Wednesday was flow night in America. Yeah.
Yeah, so he had to break it out then. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said, what's he doing? A throwback to himself? I mean, whatever. It worked.
It worked.
I'm going to tell you, maybe I'm in the wrong here. I don't know. I like the white better for JD.
Oh. If anybody knows me, white race cars they pull my heartstrings. They just look so clean.
Yeah.
So neat. I love white race cars.
Yeah. But best rap of the weekend.
Yes.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna have to go with Bobby Pierce on it.
Okay.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, awesome. He could leave it on for a while too, huh?
Yeah,
maybe PDC.
He should.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, what he can, because, as always, the, right rear's tore off and Deck's half knocked out of it.
He really, you talking about the February. Yeah, February. He kept everybody, for the most part, kept a clean car this weekend.
Not Carson Ferguson.
No, not Jason Jameson.
Not Jason Jameson.
Yeah.
I text Carson after that. I was like, dude, I'm glad you're all right, because that was rough looking.
That was scary. That was absolutely scary, bro. Yeah. I was like this right here, but I was like, oh my God, please. As soon as it took no time for them to say, oh, and Carson Ferguson, I was like, oh, thank God. That scared the hell out of me, bro. I ain't gonna tell you no lie.
Yeah. That was bad looking, if nothing else.
This thing, way to go, the car builders. You know what I mean?
Yes,
who builds these cars, man. That was awesome.
I know the car is destroyed and everything else, but at least it kept the driver safe. Did its job.
Absolutely. The halo.
Now, I'm probably gonna get some hate for this, or I won't get any hate for it around here. I mean, but there would be people that wouldn't like my comment on this. I would have said my favorite was Turbo, Tyler Erb.
Okay, second. Yeah, I agree with that.
But He put the wrong flag on top.
Oh man, you're like, man, last Tuesday night ripping the lip. That's all. 15 people in the room said that. You know, it is what it is. I get it. I do. I get it. If it was Marler from Tennessee, you know what I mean? More roots down here, he probably would.
I don't disagree with that. I'm just saying, if you're going to ask me as far as a favorite, scheme, when Marler did it, it was perfect.
Spot
on. Actually, that is the background on one of these computers. It might be this computer here. We stole a scheme in iRacing, and I think me and Sterling were racing on it, and he had stole a Marler scheme. So, and I think it's the background on this computer here, or was. So,
awesome.
But other than that, Carl was great. John Schneider even liked it. Bo Duke himself, John Schneider. He even.
Oh, he did. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he posted about it, and he loved it. So.
Wow.
I'm not
on X or on Facebook?
I think it was on Facebook. I'll send it to you. I gotta get John Snyder on here. I keep trying, and they just tell me he's not available at this time. But check back later. I've talked to him up at Cherokee one time.
He was a Cherokee?
Yeah.
Oh, he was. I was there.
I was there. I talked to him in the pits that day.
Okay, I was there. Yeah, I was there. Mm-hmm.
And I was somewhere.
March Madness? Is that right?
I want to say it was. Mm-hmm. But I keep saying I want to get him on the show. And I was actually in. Was it Dirt Track World Championship? They broke that. When he ran the that modified. Mm-hmm. He didn't run too great, but he was having a ball. So.
Speaking of modified everything, have you heard from our special guest?
I have not. I don't know what happened. I don't know. Mm-hmm. So, who knows?
Well, they're probably doing a test.
Probably are.
Just saying.
Probably are. And if anybody wants to know who that was, just look at the screen and look at yeah. Talked with Drake Troutman earlier. Trying to get him on here.
It took me about 10 minutes to find the shirt, bro. I couldn't find it. I finally found it.
Maybe he's running late. Maybe he'll jump on. Who knows? Okay. If not, we'll have him on sometime. So, anyway, go on by yourself. I mean, what was your favorite throwback?
Pierce all the way.
Pierce, okay.
Pierce all the freaking way. Oh my, I'm an old school throwback guy anyway. Will Harrington to me last year, that was a rap of the year. Yeah, and I told him he didn't keep it on long enough. I love that doggone throwback he did to his dad last year. That was awesome.
Oh yeah, old Glendale.
Okay, Dave.
Call wheel.
I've been catching a lot of heat on doggone X with this, brother. I'm gonna tell you, I've been catching a lot of heat.
What are you catching heat on?
I've had some good answers, and I've had some just out left field ridiculous answers. Okay, where would you put JD? Would you put JD on the Mount Rushmore?
Maybe how do I phrase this? Maybe I was a little ahead of this per se, because I'm gonna tell you, to me, JD, if he wasn't already there, he was very much on the verge of already being on the Mount Rushmore, in my opinion. That dude has won more races. If we look at the last, I don't know, 5-7 years, I mean, it's just what he's doing in a dirt super late model has just been insane. So I would put him on him. I think he's there as much as he's won at Eldor, and also obviously can win anywhere. I think he's there. What about you?
I would say yes. Here's the only thing, Dave. If you take Eldora out of the picture, take Eldora out, is JD still Mount Rushmore worthy?
That's a lot of wins you're taking away. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to ask you this. Okay. If regardless he's on there or not, who is your Mount Rushmore? That's four people.
All right. No problem. Got you. Billy Scott, any way you want to put him, Billy or Scott.
Mm-hmm.
CJ Rayburn.
Okay.
Earl Baltus or Freddie Smith. Wow, fourth. And you probably put anybody, maybe JD fourth.
I mean,
Maybe.
somebody's got to go there. I mean,
Yeah.
and that's the thing
Maybe
is
JD
and I think that's always the thing. You know, and I don't care if everybody talks about every sport. Who you put on your Mount Rushmore, just the best ever. Well, the problem is we're living in the now, and we look back on history, and you can see somebody's entire work of, entire book of works there. Just like Scott Bloomquist. Okay, we know he's run his last race. I mean, we know that. So we can look back over everything he done, and yeah, this dude was great. Put him up there. Well, the problem is I think, let's say JD, I think we're still in the presence of the greatness that he's bringing. And so, in my opinion, he's definitely Hall of Fame worthy already.
Okay.
Okay.
Block. First ballot.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
And I think the next generation coming along after he's done is going to look back and be like, this dude was one of the greatest. Unfortunately, I think you're going to see names like, and this is going to be very unpopular here with you dirt guys, but you're going to see names like Billy Moyer through the next generation or so. People are going to be like, who's that?
Oh, don't you ever say that, bro. Come on, man.
Look, I'm not going to say that. But, okay, this is the issue. All right, Scott Bloomquist, that dude changed the sport. I mean, he changed, and not just, he did to dirt racing essentially what, and a lot of people don't want to admit it, what Jeff Gordon more or less did to NASCAR. Earnhardt started it, Jeff Gordon finished it.
Cool that.
And that's what Scott Bloomquist did as a total to dirt racing. And people are going to remember that. Okay, Billy Moyer, one of the greatest drivers ever. Yes, I'm not going to disagree with that. That is 100%. He is one of the greatest drivers ever. Unfortunately, he wasn't the standout personality and stuff like that. I mean, people still already... When's the last time you've seen a replay of a throwback to a Billy Moyer race? You know, they don't show them. And that's what I'm saying. You see Scott Bloomquist nonstop still. I mean, you scroll through X, Facebook about every day, and you see a highlight of winning on 3 wheels or, something like that. So, but you don't see it of Billy Moyer, unfortunately.
Man, I got to speak. Oh, man, I wasn't going to say nothing about this. Now you got me hyped up now. Did you see what I posted on X on the night that Arizona Sports Shirts came up with the night before last Tuesday night?
Yes, I did.
Sent up to all the drivers. And
yes, I did.
So basically, Dave, if I'm reading between the lines on this thing, help me out here, Dave. Am I reading this right? So in other words, we can't see another Bloomquist tribute rap ever? Is that what I was saying?
I don't think so. I don't think it's going to be that.
That's what I got out of it. You tell me, bro.
I mean, I think maybe for the right now you might not see one, but this is what I think that was about. We all know who owns Arizona Sports Shirts. Mm-hmm. And he's a businessman. I get it. He sold Scott when they done their deal together. All that copyright for all the imaging of all the Bloomquist shirts, the Bloomquist logos, all that Team Zero stuff, even all the copyright on all that stuff was given to Arizona Sports Shirts. What they're not wanting more than anything, I think eventually Ariel is going to be like, oh, that's awesome to see somebody tribute Dad with a with a paint scheme, or a wrap or whatever you want to say now. She's going to say awesome to that here in a few years. Right now, I get, if they're just not wanting to see it right now, I understand that. I don't think that's going to continue. But what is going to continue is they don't want somebody doing a wrap because Arizona Sports Shirts don't. Because if they do, they're also going to want to sell T-shirts, and they're also going to want to sell hats or die-cast. Well, they own the trademark to it. And if somebody's all of a sudden putting all that stuff on their shirts and stuff, well, they're making money that Arizona Sports Shirts should have made. That is essentially that deal, I believe. I don't think it's nothing really about they don't want anybody paying tribute to Scott.
So you're saying that you can do a throwback wrap to Scott, but you just can't put no shirts, no flags, no koozies, nothing else like that.
I don't know. The way it was written was very vague, and it didn't say you could, didn't say you couldn't. So I don't know. But I would really, I don't know about the wrap necessarily. You would, that'd be something probably had to have a conversation with somebody about. But I would pretty much guarantee you're not going to produce no souvenirs with all of it on there. Derek McGrew just wrote on here. He said he can't even talk junk today, LOL. He said, Bobby shut me up this weekend. RTJ definitely didn't show out, which he never does really at Eldora.
Yeah, not really. Not the big RTJ, the Big E.
Nah, not yet.
Overton kind of surprised me, man. Heck, he came in and had to change shocks and everything. You see that?
I saw that.
I don't know. I guess it threw him for a loop. That's not unlike Overton had to come in and do changes. I had never seen that before.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you, I think they are trying a ton right now over there. With this new Longhorn dynamic stuff.
Shock.
All the shock stuff.
I've been trying to explain to people too on the inbox. I've been getting what's going on with Overton. What's going on with Overton? I had 3 over the weekend. This is his first year without being on Penske shocks.
Yeah.
Now the shot game is that more important?
It is.
Is that more technical?
It is, and I don't disagree with you. It is, but valving is valving. I'm not. Derek McGrew just wrote, "House driver is not the place to be." I don't disagree with him there because.
What did he say?
He said, "House driver is not the place to be." And I agree with him there because if anybody's going to have stuff, he just wrote just a big test dummy for everyone else on the chassis. And he's right. He's 100% right.
I mean, look, let's take, for instance, B-Shell. He is really the trademark of Rocket Chassis.
I personally think that is the exact reason why as close as they are, JD is still super close with Longhorn. I mean, they work with them, but that car used to be housed at Longhorn. It wasn't necessarily the house car, but it was housed at Longhorn. Well, it's not anymore. And I think that's the exact reason because he was just like, I think we want to go this direct. Lance Landers, obviously, I think we really want to go this direction with it. We're still going to support y'all and, keep everything there, but they wanted to be able to do their own stuff like they wanted to. I don't necessarily blame them. But you got now Overton is in the house car, and he's going to be trying all that new Longhorn dynamic stuff. And, I mean, it's cool when it works.
And it sure works. It sure worked all weekend. All weekend it sure worked.
Oh, yeah. So.
And how about Nick Hoffman went a lap down, finished 3rd, man? How about that?
Nick Hoffman went a lap down, finished third. Bobby blew a tire, cut a tire, or had to change a tire and still come back and finish second.
Well, hey, I'm sorry. I'm going to say it again. If there'd been a caution flag in the last 10 laps, I think we would have a different kind of outcome.
Oh, I agree. But what was everybody saying before this weekend, that they thought Eldora was kind of overrated because you couldn't pass there? I heard
and JD started 13th.
JD started
that one restart, man. Hold that doggone bottom, and he passed like 8 cars. It was unbelievable. I was like, man, what is going on?
That
and he
thing.
said
it. That thing is it's a Longhorn, but it sure was a rocket. We'll put it that way.
It's funny you said that too, Dave, because I remember the 2014 Bloomquist race. Remember that?
Yep.
Man, when JD was on the doggone bottom, I swear it looked just like Bloomquist's car, bro.
Dude, I thought that the other night too, because I'm like, dude, he went through that corner just as fast on the bottom as them dudes rolling the top.
Yeah.
And that's all in your shop package. Yep. All in your shop package and all in the driver.
Yeah.
And in the driver. Especially when you can do that on a track that's, slicked off to the wall pretty much, and you can. That's making it dig on the bottom there.
Night 2, Dave. Am I crazy? Was the track crappy? The doggone people were blasting me on X because I thought it was a mountain. It wasn't even a cushion. It was a mountain. And people were like, well, that's just Eldora. Well, is this what y'all want to see? I mean, y'all blasting me. This is what y'all want to see. Dave, to me, Wednesday night and Saturday night was the best the track's been all week.
Let me tell you my point of view on it. And I probably got a little different point of view. That is the reason I enjoyed dirt racing. Personally, I enjoy watching it because you can be on the same track 4 nights and not have the same track 4 nights in a row.
Yeah.
And obviously, there's going to be a couple nights that are better than the other. But I don't know. Sometimes that's fun because it just is a night that the track had quote unquote character.
Wow. More character than a Broadway musical. How about that, Dave?
I agree with you. I agree. And sometimes it's fun to watch. I mean, I don't want to see it every night.
I don't mean to coach you. I'm a safety guy. I don't like to see guys like Carson, I'm a safety guy. I don't like guys tearing up stuff and flipping, and I know what's coming. I know they probably have time to farm it. I get it.
Oh yeah,
man, son.
I don't disagree with
like
you.
Trey Mills. Trey Mills jumped the cushion, come out of doggo 3 and 4, and just lost it.
Yep, and I agree with you. But
I just don't know, bro.
There's some
nights it is what it is. I get it. Okay.
There's some nights I love to see a big cushion. Just I don't know. Just because
it was big.
It was big, and I liked it. How about and Derek McGrew just mentioned this, but I was about to mention it too. How about old Josh Rice?
He got two boxes checked off this year. Brownstown and now the Big E. What did it go, Josh Rice? 30,000 large.
That was big for them, for sure. That is
awesome.
Maybe this is wrong. Well, maybe not Saturday night, but probably one of the best performing rockets at Eldora.
I think was the best performing rocket at Eldora. Yeah. Take Saturday out. I mean, Shepard still finished 7th?
Yeah, something like that. But as far as overall during the week, I think he was
Josh Rice.
Josh was the best performing rocket all weekend. So
it's good to see Rocket back in Victory Lane. We need that.
It's good to see competition. Period.
Did you have Clanton on your bingo card starting on the pole?
I did not. That's why I was fixing to say, who the devil had Clanton and McDowell on the front row?
Don't know.
That was McDowell's problem, is because he don't know how to start that far up in the field and run good. he likes to come from way back and get there with about 5 laps to go is what he likes to do.
Yeah. Oh boy, hey, when him and Turbo, When Turbo got it, I said, "Oh Lord," because Clanton. Yeah, I said, "Oh boy, he about to party," but he never got back to him.
He I like Shane. Shane.
Oh, he's awesome, bro. Hey, the next time you see Shane, just tell him, "Hey, what's up, you Georgia Gamecock?" He knows where that came from. He'll know where that came from.
Oh yeah. So yeah, they're talking about my dad with the Bloomer car. Yep, there wasn't but 2 Bloomquist cars there. Who was the other one? I didn't even catch who. I know it was McDowell and
Forrest Trent.
I got you. Yep, that makes sense. How about now? I'm gonna throw a shout out because I didn't talk junk about him, but I put a little doubt on him. How about our buddy Chris Ferguson? He made that car look way better than, and I know Chris is good at Eldor. I mean, we all know that. But for as quick as he's got in that car and made it run up front, that's pretty impressive.
Made the show, brother. Made the show.
Made the show. I'm gonna tell you, dude. And I was thinking about that today, and like I said, Drake Troutman was supposed to be on here tonight. Obviously, something's come up, which is fine. But he was last man in, pretty much. I remember going to Daytona in the go-karts, back in the go-kart days. And when we went to Municipal Stadium down there, run the WK Daytona Nationals, if you made it in the race, they would give a bumper sticker out that said, "I made the race at Daytona." It was that big of a deal. I mean, bumper sticker don't sound like much, but man, if you could put that on something and it said that you made the race at Daytona, everybody kind of looked, when you had it stuck on something at the racetrack, everybody looked, hey, he raced at Daytona. I feel like, especially with the amount of cars that were there this year, Eldora is kind of like that now. It is, if you can make the show there, yeah, you want to win. Don't get me wrong. You want to win, but just making the show is a feat in itself.
Yeah, I agree with that too. It's because it's Eldor. It's like you said, it's like Daytona. It's Eldor. It's Eldor. Yep. I don't care if you're running a doggone modified.
That's right. It don't matter what you run a go-kart around that track. I mean, it don't make a difference. If you can make a race at Eldor, I made the race.
Did you know Kyle Larson won a race at Eldor in a modified? Did you know that?
In a modified?
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that. I never knew he ever ran a modified.
Yeah.
When was this?
Somebody we ran boxing back and forth about 4 or 5 years ago. It was a prelim to the Appleseed or something like that, or the Baltus Classic. Yeah.
Huh. I didn't know that.
Me either. Well, there you go. We learned something new.
I never knew he was in anything but midgets and sprint cars. Huh.
No, they run stock cars sometimes. They run modifieds with an Appleseed or Baltus Classic. One of the two. I can't remember which one it is.
I got you. Cool. That's cool. I have to look.
What else I got here, Dave? Oh, how about Josh Putnam and Sam Sebright coming after the checkered flag, and Putnam eased by Sebright in lap traffic and won $6,000.
That's pretty cool there. I like those kind of races. Speaking of, real quick, Florence Motor Speedway this past weekend, our buddy Matt Cox won the late model stock race, beating Cody Kelly by 8 thousandths of a second.
8 thousandths of a second?
8 thousandths of a second.
That's a headlight, eh?
I don't even know if it was a headlight. That was everybody looking from stands, not knowing who won.
Wow!
It was that close.
Hello. Is that the Matt Cox out of Lumberton? Runs the number 40 car, dirt super late model?
No, this one is out of Little River.
Little River.
He runs late model stock. Ran at Myrtle Beach for a long time, and now is running Florence.
Oh,
they own some Aaron stores down there. Driving the Aaron's Dream Machine, number 51.
Wow. Okay. Wow, that's a good little pull from doggone Little River to Florence.
Dude, I was telling them that on tap last week. I was like, they were talking about locals, and they still talk about Myrtle Beach guys being locals to them because that's where they came from, and they're driving up Florence. And I'm like, look, no, y'all are wrong. I was like, locals are Florence area right here. I said, me and Connor are pretty much the only ones.
Really?
Dead serious. There are.
Where's everybody mostly from? The beach area?
Yeah, all around. I mean, there's some from the beach. There's some from down Charleston way. There's some from that come from up towards Mooresville, Concord. All over. Me, Connor, Matt Grantham, and
Lot leaders.
I was fixing to say, a lot leaders. They're from over towards Darlington. We're the only locals anymore.
Wow, I didn't know that, Dave.
Everybody else is. I mean, got my buddy Chad Webster and them. There's a few of them from over towards Dillon way, which is about an hour from Florence Motor Speedway, 45 minutes, hour away. Yeah.
When Dillon's not racing, do they? A lot of them guys go to Florence, or do they go somewhere else?
It's so funny because, mini stocks, yes, mini stocks do. Trucks, there's 3, maybe 4 that run both tracks. Me and Connor are about the only 2 Chargers. Other than that, no.
So what does everybody do?
And I don't understand it. I don't understand it. They
don't race, or do they go somewhere else?
They just don't race. They run solely that track, a lot of them.
Wow.
Dillon doesn't run late model stock, technically. They run what they call their Dillon late model. It's more of a limited late model. It's pretty much on limited late model lines. So it's not a late model stock. Yeah, you could change the late model stock over to it. Wouldn't take a whole lot to do. So they don't really get a back and forth from those classes. Now, finally, this year, Challenger and Charger, Challenger at Dillon Motor Speedway, Charger at Florence Motor Speedway are pretty much the same. We had this discussion last week on, it wasn't about Dillon necessarily, but it was just, they asked if, me being a driver, would I like, the guys at Florence Motor Speedway, they run the Ultra Racing Association. They asked if they got every track under the Ultra Racing Association banner, would I as a driver rather have just one set of rules for that entire racing association, or does it need to be track to track? I said, no. Give me one set of rules. I said, I want to be able in a Charger car to essentially change gear, little bit of setup stuff, and go race. I don't want to have to change parts and pieces necessarily.
Shock, springs, and all this and all that.
I don't want to do that. Just
and tires too. Tires I'd be money out of the pocket too, because you got to buy new.
Well, we got to buy tires regardless. I mean, we run on the scuff tire program.
Well, I'm saying, have another a different size tire or something.
Yeah. No, we don't want to do that. No, keep it all the same. Keep it all the same.
There you go. That's right. And maybe have a points fund. How about that?
Well, and they're trying to get some of that up. They do with the late model stocks this year. They have the I-95 Showdown is what they call it, and it's going from Florence and Southern National this week. They have set races that are I-95 Showdown races this year. Yeah. And so, and I told them, I was like, hey, include some more classes on that next year. Let's add some more tracks to it. I said, I would love to go, wherever with a Charger car. Let's run a point series. I ain't saying run many, pick 8 races, run one a month through the whole year.
Hey, Southern Speedway, is that where that $100,000 legend race is every year, like in November or October or something like that?
It was it was $25,000.
Oh, 25,000?
Yeah,
I thought it was
25 to
more than
win.
that.
25 to win. It
25 to
probably-
win.
Yeah, it was probably
Okay,
100,000 total.
okay, all right. I missed. Was that Southern? No,
Yep, that was
what track
Southern
that?
National.
Yeah, Southern. Okay.
Southern National. Landon Lewis won it.
No, get out of town.
Oh, yeah. I think Landon won. Keelan Harvick finished third, I think. I want to say.
Oh. Wow. Okay.
That was a weird race, too. I don't know what happened with it. Nobody showed up to watch it.
Yeah, I can't remember what I was watching it. I think
It was
something
on,
came
yeah.
up, something I forgot, and I was watching it, and I had to quit watching it because I did something I don't know. Can't-
I watched it, and it was great to watch, but, like, nobody showed up there to watch it in person.
The stands were empty.
Yeah, it was cold as I don't know what, too, though.
Oh, okay, that explains a lot too.
Yeah.
But the sun was out.
Yeah. Well, and they moved the race up to race during the middle of the day to try to, be as warm as they could because it was so cold. It was like a high of like 33 that day.
Oh, I didn't realize that was that cold.
Yeah, it got down. I think they said when they finished the race the night before, it was only like 19 degrees or something like that.
Oh, God almighty. Oh, man. You got me thinking now, World Finals, bundle up.
Oh, God. Yeah. I don't know
I
what
love
happens.
that race. Though. I'm sorry, I love that race.
I
man.
love
It's one
that
of my-
race too, but I don't know what happens. It can be warm all the way up to it. All of a sudden that weekend, it is freezing cold.
And it rains.
And it rains.
It wouldn't rain for a month. But that weekend, it's going to rain.
It rains.
Yeah.
Which, fortunately, my good friends at SRI Performance have always hooked me up going to that race because they have the VIP suite there, and I can walk outside, watch it, or I'll walk back under the tent, sit in the heat, and watch it on TV.
and get you a hot dog and a hamburger.
That's right, or pizza, or whatever they got in there.
And a nice beer from the nice ladies at SRI. Let's give them a shout out.
Oh, yeah, they always do a fine job up there. They do a great job up there. for sure.
Real fine. I mean, fine.
Oh,
But I had the pleasure of going to the SRI tent this past year. That was awesome.
did you? Good.
Yeah.
Good. Depending on when it is, let me know. I might get you. We'll see if we can hook some more stuff up again.
All right. I need a band. Man. Need a rock band. I'm standing there.
I know some folk.
I'm pretty sure you do. This is kind of funny. This ain't no lie. A couple buddies of mine on Twitter. I'm standing in the middle. I got colleague. Is that how you say colleague?
Yeah.
Colleague racing on one end, and I had colleague racing. Who was it? Aspire.
Spire.
I was in the sandwich with colleague racing and Aspire Motorsport. That was pretty cool, man.
That's how we are at Florence Motor Speedway all the time. They pretty much have late model stocks too, both of them. Adam, what's up, buddy? Good to talk to you this past weekend, man. Oh, what else you got? What else we got going on? Obviously, we know JD just checked out on the field after he got gone up there. You feel like that race? Didn't get many cautions. The cautions were early in it. I don't know. Was it exciting to you being they moved it up and it was raced in the daytime? That was kind of weird.
Well, Dave, well, thank goodness it was overcast and it kept the moisture in. I mean, it was still. You take JD out of it. It was still a great race. It was still to me.
It was
in the back. It was a good race. I mean, I like greatness. Like I was pulling for. I hated the Patriots, but I was pulling for Tom Brady every Super Bowl. I love to see greatness, Dave. I'm not a hater. I love to see.
I'm the same way.
Greatness, and that's why I was kind of. I think I'm getting some breaking news here. Gosh, I lost my train of thought now. It blew my mind. Oh, and I like to see greatness, Dave, because I appreciate greatness. I'm not a hater. You know what I mean? I love to see greatness. And yes, I was pulling for JD to win the race, but yeah, I like to see Bonnie Pierce get up there a little bit closer and make a race out of it, but wasn't to no avail.
That's racing.
Yeah, there you go. That's 10-second. Can we just put this in perspective? A 10-second margin of victory for Davenport, bro. Was that checking out or what?
When they are turning, what was it, 18 18.5s or so, I think.
That's 3s, 5s, 4s.
3s,
Yeah.
5, yeah.
Yeah.
So that is essentially 2/3 of the racetrack he's put on them.
Yeah. 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 Unbelievable. Unbelievable, bro. Got it dialed in. So they go to Lucas Oil goes to Smoky Mountain this weekend. Let's see what JD's can he, pick up where he left off.
I didn't see, and I never saw his name. Our buddy Kyle Strickler didn't have a ride up there this year, did he?
Bro, don't I hate that, man. I
The
do. I
high
hate
side
that.
tickler.
Strickler not at being at Eldora. It's a heartbreaker.
I'm telling you, man. Oh. I'm gonna tell you what.
Gotta
He's
give
been
it a-
putting on. He's been putting on them in the modified though. He's been doing pretty good.
Didn't he finish what, second, third in the $100,000 race Trotman won?
Yeah. He's been and won quite a few throughout this year.
Yeah. He can still wheel it. He can still wheel it.
I'm gonna tell you, and in my opinion, if and this is what I'll say for Drake Troutman too. He's one. If you can wheel a modified, and the way those guys do with that kind of power on an 8-inch tire, you can drive a super late model.
You can about drive anything.
Yes.
There's no lie. You can about drive anything.
Yep.
Because they're just so, I can't even explain it. I can't even explain it how them guys do it.
There's so much finesse.
Dog right, on those tracks.
Yep.
The dog right wheel picks up and unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Is what it is.
Yep.
I wish we still ran open motor modifieds around here. Everything's gone to crate.
I know. Well, it's just it got so expensive to run open. So
Modifieds? Well, yeah, I can see that too.
Yeah.
Nobody would go for. Yeah, we're late model country. Yeah, you're right. I can see that.
it's now in saying that, and I know it's a completely different modified. But there's a track up in North Carolina, asphalt track, that they're running more asphalt modifieds, but they run a 602, and they're getting good car counts at it.
You're talking the real small, tiny?
Yeah,
Modifieds?
little asphalt modified.
Yeah, the small mods kind of looking thing.
Yeah.
Okay. They got crate motors in? I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, they run there's a Carolina Crate Tour that they run a whole tour. Carolina Crate Modifieds, yeah. They run, but I think it's Carteret County. I want to say it is, and they're getting good car counts.
Wow.
Weekly with Crate Modifieds.
I did not know that.
Yeah. So.
Huh. Wow. Okay. 602s and a doggone smart. I still call them smart mods.
Yeah. They're the same chassis. Yeah. Same chassis.
602s in them. How about that, bro?
And put on a heck of a race, too. So.
Yeah?
Yeah, because they still got that big old tire on it thing, too.
Yeah. It looks like an Indy car.
I mean, that's essentially what it's based off of. That's insane.
Yeah, big or littles.
I tell you. But anyway, what else you got, man? What else you got for us?
Let me look here. Yep, I think it's about it there, Dave.
Well, cool. I know you're not the big NASCAR guy, but whatever. We'll throw a little bit of NASCAR stuff in here. Michigan was this past week. I'm gonna tell you, in all actuality, probably one of the best Michigan races I've seen in a long time.
Don't get me started, bro.
What are we not starting about? What are you mad about?
Okay. I don't pay for. The only thing I pay for, Dave, is Flow, Dirt Vision, and XR when they got a race.
No.
I don't have Netflix. I don't have Prime.
You don't have Amazon
Paramount.
Prime?
I don't have. No, I don't have Prime.
You don't order stuff like I do.
Oh, you order stuff off Prime?
Off Amazon Prime? Yeah.
Oh, everything I order, Dave, is driver website.
That's what I say. You got an account over at Arizona Sports Shirts?
No, Race Ranch. Race Ranch.
Race Ranch. Yeah, Race Ranch.
Yeah, they know you, dog. Matter of fact, I got 2 free shirts at doggone at Dega. Thank you, Jamie. Appreciate it. Yeah, Race Ranch knows me pretty good. But yeah, I don't.
Dude, I'm gonna tell
you. Anyway, get back to your NASCAR race.
Well, I'm just gonna tell you, you'd be surprised. My wife just said that I'm worse than her with Amazon Prime, is what she just said. I probably am, because I hate.
You're worse than she is?
I probably am, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because I absolutely hate with a passion, shopping. I hate going to a store to shop. I don't want to go in there. I don't want anything to do with it. Because I'm one of those people that I walk in a store, I know what I want, I walk in and that's what I'm going to get if I have to go to a store. I can do that on Amazon Prime. I type in exactly what I want, and they ship it to me normally like the next day. So, and then I get to watch racing and a couple football games throughout the year.
Oh my God,
because that comes with it.
Football too, bro?
Yeah, they got football on there too. They got tons of shows and movies on there too.
Oh my God! Well, I heard about the. Have you seen the Earnhardt thing? They say it's pretty doggone good though.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, it is, and I'm gonna tell you how bad I am though, because I don't actually watch a lot of TV. I watch racing when it comes on, but it's so hard for me to watch TV. I'm one of them people that I'm doing this, that, and the other. I'm over here working on a race car. I'm over here doing this podcast. I'm doing that. Once I get home, I lay down in bed. I take a shower, lay down in bed, and I'll turn something like that on. I'm like, hey, I'm going to watch a little bit of this. Next thing I know, my alarm clock's going off for the next morning.
You pass out. Okay,
yeah,
I got you.
So, yes, I have watched about an episode and a half of that Earnhardt documentary, and it is really good so far. I was not personally a Earnhardt fan. Ooh, that's going to hurt a lot of people's feelings. I
wouldn't either.
I was not an Earnhardt fan, but I always respect.
Well, I was not a Jeff Gordon fan either. Let's get that out. I was not a Jeff Gordon fan.
Well,
either.
You can say that if you want. I was a Jeff Gordon fan. I'm still a Jeff Gordon fan.
All right, Dave, have a good night there, brother. I'll holler at you. How you get off this thing?
Oh my God! You want me to tell you why I'm a Jeff Gordon fan?
Please, God, please. Do I want to hear this? Go ahead.
No, it's simple. He's one of the nicest people I ever met. One of the coolest people I ever met.
Okay.
Okay. Why are you not?
Why? I couldn't stand that kid when he came in, bro.
Why?
The Wonder Boy. No, especially right. No, Dave, no, bro. No. Here you got this snot-nosed kid and this other guy named Everham. Who the hell is that?
One of the smartest. Everham was one of the smartest crew chiefs to ever go through NASCAR.
Yeah, you put him in doggone Chad Canals, probably in the same pedestal. I know they were different tires. You can't tell me they were different tires back then, Dave. You can't tell me that.
All right, I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to give you I'm going to leave a couple names out of it, but I'm going to tell you something. I think the statute of limitations is probably out on this. Little story real quick.
Oh, boy. Here we cheating story?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
that I might have got Jeff Gordon and Ray Evernham in a little bit of trouble one time.
Oh.
I don't know if you remember it, but do you remember when Jeff Gordon was at Darlington, qualified pole, time disallowed because of a substance on the tires? Do you remember that?
Yes. That was at Darlington.
It was at Darlington. We were at a local racetrack one night, and before that race, and Ray Evernham happened to come out there, and we might have been putting some stuff on some tires, and he asked what it was, and we told him what it was, and I said, "You want some?"
Goat piss? Was it goat piss?
No, this was well before that.
Oh.
This was good old creosote. So
go ahead. Oh my God.
I filled him up a Pepsi bottle full of it.
Oh my God.
And they got caught with it.
Oh my day.
My bad. But
they saw you putting stuff on. They saw you putting some on your tires.
It was not my tires. It was not my tires, and I was not putting it on that night. I just knew what it was.
Hold on. Never put anything on the tire.
It was not my tires. It was not my race car. I wasn't even racing race car. We were racing. The reason these people had that stuff though was because I was racing go-karts at the time, and we all used it on go-karts.
Oh my God, Dave! Oh my God, Dave! Dave.
So yes, I may at one point in time have contributed to a NASCAR penalty.
Wow, you may or may not have. You may or may not have. Oh my God! Oh my God!
I mean,
Okay.
I just gave the man what he asked for. That's all I'm saying.
That's funny. That's funny. That's funny.
So,
Oh.
were there different tires? No, I don't think so. Were there stuff done to tires? Yeah, there was.
All right, go ahead. Give me what track were you? You said a local track by Darlington, Florence or Dillon?
Dylan was not operating at this time.
Okay. FMS. Got you. Wow, that's crazy.
Way back
That
in the
is
day.
crazy.
That had to be what, late 90s, I think, when that happened?
Oh, 97, 96, 97,
Yeah, somewhere around in there.
right?
Yeah, had to be. Maybe 98-ish, maybe. Somewhere right around there. Yeah, it was somewhere right there.
They did. He did. Did you pay the fine?
No. No.
No. We like Rusty Wallace paid all them pennies.
Yes. It was funny. But anyway, Michigan this past weekend, Cup Series. Our buddy Butterbean, he took home another win in the ARCA Series up at Michigan. So congratulations to him. That was awesome.
And went to the Waffle House afterwards.
Yeah. Oh, he's always at the Waffle House. That boy loves the Waffle House.
Waffle House afterwards.
Get that All-Star special.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So congratulations to him. Anyway, Michigan, probably one of the best races of the year. Come down to a fuel mileage deal, but I mean, it was still, there was a lot of passing for the lead. Alex Bowman took one of the hardest hits I've seen in a long time, and even he said it was probably one of his top ones. And it's scary when that happens because, you know, he's already broke his back one time before, but that was in a sprint car. But just to see, because he hit on straight into the wall in turn, middle of 1 and 2, I think it was. I believe so. I could be wrong. Whatever. Either way, it was a hard hit. Nose first into it. But anyway, Denny Hamlin went on to win, passing William Byron there. I don't know. I mean, there was a lot of passing in the race, which has been unusual in Cup this year. They've been horrible for passing, so it was good to see actual racing and passing. And the only problem I didn't like, there was passing, but there wasn't the time that anybody could ever make it anybody's bumper to nudge them up out of the way. Nothing like that. It was all, they just had to catch the air just right to be able to pass somebody. And so that still kind of deters it for me. Yes, sir.
With Dodge coming back into NASCAR, the truck series, is this going to open up doors? Is Dodge going to get into Cup now?
I'm trying to think what I can say about this. It stunk because I knew this news months and months and months ago. And then
Don't it feel good?
no, because I want to tell somebody.
Yeah, that's what I am. Oh my God.
What?
Oh my God. And hold on. Let me get to what your point of here is. I'll tell you how. Describe it to me. You know, when I sat on that doggone Hudson O'Neal thing last year.
Oh yeah.
And you know, you put it out there, and you sit there for it because you didn't come out for like a day and a half.
Oh yeah.
And you're sitting there and you're thinking, "Oh my God, it's not out yet. Is it right? Did I get this wrong?
I got the same news.
Blah blah blah." And when it's out, Dave, when it's out, ain't it like a
Yeah.
man?
But anyway, so the Dodge stuff, there was a couple reasons. I'd heard it already. I work at United Rentals. A lot of people know. We had to go over to Darlington because they had some of my side by sides over there using for the commercial shoot that they did the intro for, and they had all the trucks over there already. So I seen it a few months ago.
Wow! Look at you, Scoop.
Yeah, but I couldn't let it out. It was a top secret deal, and also I had some other sources that I asked about it because I only saw the truck. So I did ask about Cup stuff, and what I am told on that, and this is what they put out, and this is what I'm told. So I guess this is honestly where they're at. Obviously, getting back into NASCAR, they want back into Cup. They want it. But they said they're not even putting it on a timeline right now. It's just kind of, let's run the trucks, see what we can do there, see what team, because they haven't even announced a team or anything yet, but obviously they've already got some team lined up. They wouldn't have come back without having a team already.
Yeah.
Especially this midway through this season. And I got a feeling they're probably going to bring in a big team, and I got a feeling I know which one they might do. And I'm just speculating. I have no clue. But just knowing how they've moved around from manufacturer to manufacturer, I think Thor Sport could be a possible candidate because they got quite a few trucks for one thing. They've moved around from Chevrolet to Ford, or from Ford to Chevrolet, back to Ford, and, stuff like that. So I could see them as being a possible candidate for it. There was talks a couple years ago about Childress actually being in talks with Dodge for the Cup Series.
Come on, man. Can't do that, bro.
Let me tell you why that wouldn't surprise me. Let me tell you why.
Come on, bro.
I know it would be blasphemy to a lot of people.
That. Oh my God.
But let me tell you why it wouldn't surprise me.
All right.
I don't care what manufacturer it is. If it's Chevrolet, the way it works in NASCAR, if it's Chevrolet, if it's Ford, if it's Toyota. All right, basically, they set a budget for their motorsports program. Brian Voss. Nah, you the man, Brian. You the man. They set a budget for their motorsports program. And basically, you got the A team, the B team, and then you got everybody else. Childress, when Earnhardt was there, used to be that A team. Now, they're no longer the A team for Chevrolet. And the A team obviously gets more money. B team gets a little less. C and everybody else get it, small amount. It's still a lot, but it's small compared to everybody else's. Hendrick is the A Chevrolet team now.
Wow.
And also they got a close deal with Spire and Trackhouse even. I think Childress kind of feels like they're not getting everything that everybody else is getting. So it would not surprise me if they wanted to get back in. This is just pure speculation. I have not heard anything, but it would not surprise me if Childress' name does not come back up in it again. Now, there's another thing that I think could happen, but it would take a lot of other stuff happening. Brad Keselowski is very close with Dodge. His dad was one of the people who brought Dodge into NASCAR to begin with.
Remember that, yeah.
As long as Jack Roush is still in it, he's not going to Dodge.
Okay.
That's why I'm saying there'd be a lot of stuff had to happen if Brad Keselowski was to go to Dodge. Yes, sir.
Which Dodge team back then would, I want to say Churchill. Who had the all-female pit crew?
I remember
Chevy
that,
Churchill?
and I'm trying to remember that too. And I remember there being one because it was a big deal.
Yeah.
And I don't
Yeah.
remember who that was. Anybody remember that? Anybody remember who the Dodge team
I
was?
want to say
with
Chevy
them?
Churchill.
It could have
But
been.
anyway, see, he ran my Keselowski. That's why I'll leave us to ask that. But go ahead.
No. Yeah, that was pretty much it. But I think here in the next, I don't think, obviously not 2026. I'm not even going to say 2027, but I'm going to say probably 2028. I think. I have no clue, but I think you'll see Dodge back in Cup.
Will we see a new race car by then, or are they going to keep the same crap?
I think you'll see something changed on it by then. I think they're kind of, and they even said, Dodge said they want to, but they're not necessarily set on it being Dodge. It could be one of their other, because they're owned by, I forgot what the company is, the brand company that owns Dodge now. They done changed it so many times. It used to be Fiat and Mercedes and all that stuff. So they said it could be Dodge. They want something back, but it could even be one of their other brands that they want in Cup. But I think this platform is easier for manufacturers to join in now because everybody has the same chassis. All they have to do is design a body and an engine, whatever they got to do with the engine. Dodge obviously already has something that is close. So, who knows? What's up there, Mr. David?
Let's say, let's take what you just said. If they put Nissan, let's just say Nissan.
Mm-hmm.
How many fans are going to walk away?
I don't think you're going to see fans walk away. All right. Let me tell you an unpopular opinion. Unfortunately, our old NASCAR diehards, there's a lot of them just not around anymore, unfortunately. There's a ton of people I know that were huge NASCAR fans are just not around anymore.
Okay. Okay.
Unfortunately. I say unfortunately, but yet it's fortunate at the same time. NASCAR is having trouble drawing in a younger crowd. And we need a younger crowd. We need a younger crowd in all of racing. I don't care if it's NASCAR or what. We need a younger crowd because we got to get people interested in the sport. Yeah. So if you bring in Nissan, I mean, just like you just said, Nissan. I mean, per se. It could be any of them. But Nissan's got a cool little, I don't even know what it was, a 370Z now or 380Z or something like that. It's a cool car.
370.
It's a 370, okay. Young guys love it just because it's a cool looking sports car. Chevrolet, my favorite right now. I mean, obviously, I was a huge Camaro fan. My first car was a Camaro. I loved it. Look at Cup cars now. There's no branding on the car except for a Chevrolet bow tie because they're not making a Camaro anymore.
Yeah. That's a killer too, man. God almighty.
Yeah, and I think when you don't have any, you got to use every little step possible to relate to bring in younger folk. What it is, sir.
Take what you just said to another level. Okay, we were talking about last week on Ripping the Lip. I'm just taking what you said and I'm gonna put a little spin on it. Back then it used to be, here comes Dave Rogers in the Shake and Bake number 76 Chevy Camaro. Now you have Dave Rogers in the Shake and Bake Longhorn chassis Bilstein shop with Durham. What happened to the good old days like you just said, bro? When it was a Camaro and not a Longhorn chassis with Bilstein shocks with a Clemens motor. I mean, bro.
Sponsorship happened. And the biggest thing is the sponsorship model changed so much. Look at even dirt cars now. I've seen guys in dirt cars. I mean, you don't see it near as much, but I see some of the super guys. Let's look at Bobby Pierce, per se. That dude, every few weeks here lately, hey, got a sponsorship opening. He is selling race at a time sponsorship because it costs so much now that people can't afford full season sponsorships anymore. A lot of companies can't, in any, especially NASCAR. And so, they're having to. That is the model now. Is like, look, I need y'all to sell my sponsors on the broadcast. It's going to be a different one every week. Cars are going to look completely different. And I think that's another thing that's lost. I mean, I can get into this forever, and I know we ain't got much time, but I could get into it for a long, long time. You had the days of Earnhardt driving the black number 3, Jeff Gordon driving the rainbow number 24, whoever else just drove the same car. Rusty Wallace driving.
Trademark.
Who's that? Oh, yeah, Trademark. Yeah.
I'm just saying, they were trademark cars. You saw the black 3 or the rainbow 24.
That's right.
And you don't have that. Like you said, we don't have that anymore.
No. They got the, and I think it loses identity. So.
Yep. Absolutely. Well, I wonder, when did that start happening? About 10 years ago, maybe?
No, it was a little more than that now. It was.
Was it?
It was mid-2000s it started. Because I remember even Jeff Gordon, once they changed from DuPont to Axalta, he started changing up, which was mid-2000s. And then when Junior came along and got his deal with Hendrick Motorsports, he got it with Diet Mountain Dew.
Diet Mountain Dew.
And National Guard.
National Guard, yep.
And then it changed to Nationwide.
And then AMP. Mountain Dew
and then AMP. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And so right about that time, which was 2007 when that happened, that's when the sponsorship model really changed in NASCAR.
Wow. How about that? Look at you, the historian. Wow.
I just remember that because that announcement was at Darlington.
It sure was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was.
So.
It was at Darlington. Yeah.
Oh, let's see. David Pack says, my opinion is take some of the money that the big business is throwing at NASCAR and support the little guys, that trying to come up. I agree with you. With you 100%. And I will say, and I don't know how much of a little guy thing it is. I think them putting the Cars Tour on Fox the other week was a good move in that direction.
They what now? What?
Yeah, they put the Cars Tour at North Wilkesboro was on Fox.
Did not know that.
Yeah. FS1.
I must have a race on. How long ago was this?
Just a couple weeks ago. It was a All-Star weekend.
All-Star weekend. Okay, that was
weekend before Memorial Day. Weekend before Memorial Day.
A week before Memorial Day. Let me think about that. I must have a race. I had to have a race on. I did not know that.
Yeah. So
LaSalle.
Yeah.
LaSalle.
Yeah. So I think that was a step in the right direction to get some of the lower stuff. But
do you know what the viewership was on that? I'm just curious.
I saw the numbers, but I don't remember what it was right now.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was really good.
Wow.
It was really good.
Good.
And a lot.
Who won? Who won
that race? Oh God, I can't even remember right now.
Oh, killing me.
No, Landon Lewis won. Landon Lewis. My buddy Landon Lewis.
Really?
Yeah. Yep.
He's won about everything. Okay.
Yeah, he's winning everything right now.
Where is he from?
Around Charlotte, I want to say, North Carolina, somewhere right.
Oh, really? Okay, yeah. I thought it was like Virginia or something. North Carolina. Okay.
Yeah, he's
Charlotte.
He's just over the state line there, somewhere. It could be like Supply or something like that. Somewhere right over that way.
What?
I can't exactly remember.
Acme Delco. You better do Acme Delco?
No, I have not.
Acme Delco, swear to God. Yeah.
Oh, but anyway, man. So, last thing before we close out here, what you watching this week?
Oh, Smoky Mountain, man. Lucas Oil. Ain't nothing going on right here, man. Nothing. We have nothing.
There you go. Good deal.
There you go. Nothing.
Well, we will
We
be
have
in.
Southern All Stars at Livonia, and I'm not going 2.5 to no. So I just stay home and watch the Mountain Moonshine 50. How
That's
about
what
that?
I'm talking about. Good deal. Well, we will be at Dillon Motor Speedway.
Tell Ron Barfield what's up.
We'll do it. We'll do it. Hopefully, we can improve from our last race over there. So we'll be trying out. Hopefully, we can keep up the good run like we had this past weekend. So, what happened? It raining again?
Oh, no, I hear thunder.
No.
Wait, it's got a severe thunderstorm watch for Whitewood until 9:30.
It just started raining over here again. You can probably hear it.
Really? What you're getting, I supposed to have gotten all day. So I don't know.
So yeah. But yeah, everybody out there, I'll probably put it out either tonight or tomorrow, 1 or 2. Be sure to if you're able, give $1 or $2 to our, or if you can give more, we'd greatly appreciate it. We're trying to build up the fund a little bit. I still got a little bit put back in the fund, a little bit for the Chicken Bone Alley Fan Awards. So please be sure, if you can, throw $1 or $2 in there. And I promise you, every bit of it's going back to local drivers. Like I said, I'm right now we've been doing about $50 a week. I got a little more than that in the fund sitting back. That way, if there's a down week, we're still able to give $50. Just let y'all know. But I'd love to get it up to $100 a week, maybe, or in the future even more than that. So if you can, give a few dollars to it. Also, make sure you put in your track and class suggestions. And it don't have to be right here in the Carolinas. I don't care where it is, as long as somebody can get me, whoever got it, if they can get me their Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, whatever. I can find them on social media and talk to them. I don't care. I don't care. It can be something out in Arizona, Kalamazoo, Michigan, as far as I care. We paying whoever. I don't matter. We will pay the street stock, the last car on the lead lap award that night. I don't care. And come up with some cool ideas for criteria, something like that. Like I said, hard charger, last car on the lead lap, farthest, longest drive to the track. Even, I don't care. Don't care.
I like that.
Whatever we can do to give back to the racing community, to get these guys interested again and something to race for. Because I'm going to tell you, like I told somebody the other week, there's some days you go to track and it's like, man, we run a good day. We might can do something. Finish top 3. We might can win this race. And there's some days you go to track, it's like, dude, I hope I can finish top 10. I mean, it's just like that some days. But we can do something like this and hopefully give these guys just a little bit of something more to race for. Look forward to, and sit there and think, hey, maybe if I get one more spot, I can get that extra $50, $100, something like that. So we appreciate it. But anyway, well, Jason, we appreciate you as always, man. Thank you for filling in with us. Connor got a few more weeks still at school, and he'll be back with us. But we appreciate all our help as always on here. Y'all go check out your local track this weekend. Watch them on whatever streaming network you got if you can't get to it, but get in the grandstands if you can. If you were close enough and are able to, get in the stands, because not only does that show the track you support them, but that shows the drivers that you're in it and supporting it. And it helps everybody out for sure. So y'all go check it out. And we appreciate all our help on here. And man, I sure appreciate you, like I said.
Appreciate you, Dave. Appreciate you, brother. Hey, man, me and you got to set up a date, man. Meet you at Florence Motor Speedway one night.
We'll do it, man. We'll do it.
Okay.
Come on
Let me
down.
know. All right.
Come on down.
Anything going on one weekend? Yeah.
Unfortunately, I was looking at our schedule. I actually have. I've probably told you this, but before I did all this, I was a wedding DJ, or I did a lot of wedding DJing.
Yeah.
Well, I scheduled 2 of them actually in June. So I'm gonna race this weekend, and I'll have to take 2 weeks off, and then we'll be back at wherever's racing after that. July 4th weekend, I reckon.
Oh shoot! I think it's Brassy Smith at Cherokee.
Oh yeah, probably so. Well, I mean, I think Dylan might be racing that weekend, and the weekend after that, I think, or sometime in. I think Florence is racing only one time in July anyway. So, but yeah, we'll definitely do it, man. Definitely do it.
Oh yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, as always, Dave, I appreciate everything you do, man. I appreciate you having me on, my brother, and I appreciate everybody tuning in.
Well, we appreciate you, brother, and y'all go check out Racing Jason there on X. Keep you up to date with all the.
Oh, I gotta contact my source. What's going on, bro?
Well, you need to contact me and let me know what's going on too. All right, guys, we sure appreciate y'all, and we will catch y'all next time. Have a good one.
Y'all be good. Have a good rest of the week, bro. Later, Dave.
Alrighty, everybody. Still hanging out with us for the good old after party here. It's a short party, I promise you. All right, guys. Well, we appreciate y'all as always. What track y'all going to? What tracks everybody head to? Like I said, come over to Dillon Motor Speedway. We'll be there. Or if you wherever else, go check them out. I know Southern Nationals racing this weekend. Go check out them if you're in that area. And what other track? I think we got some. I'm just gonna hint around. There is some good news coming up. That's all I'm gonna say. Good news. So y'all be ready for that. But anyway, all right, everybody. Y'all have a good one, and we will see y'all later.